Hello everyone and welcome to my CS24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 90 Day Fiancé. Jasmine reveals why Matt isn't the man she'd ever marry. 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda is loud and clear about Matt Brownie's not being the person she would ever even think of sharing an aisle with. Yes, she is talking about the same person with whom she recently had a baby, and for whom she ended her marriage with Gino Palazzolo. But Jasmine says she has her own reasons for this. She recently revealed the real reason behind her decision not to marry Matt, and viewers are still picking up their dropped jaws. Jasmine gave a full and final verdict, and it seems that she wouldn't be taking a step back now. Is this true? What is this all about? What did she reveal? Keep on reading to learn more about this controversy, because the tea is really hot. 90 Day Fiancé. Jasmine is still struggling to divorce Matt. Several 90 Day Fiancé viewers were sure that Matt Brownie and Jasmine Pineda had secretly tied the knot, and they were keeping their marital status under wraps. But it is clearly not possible because Jasmine and Gino Palazzolo are still fighting their divorce battle, and they haven't legally parted ways. Jasmine and Gino are still husband and wife in the law's eyes. Hence, it is not possible for them to get married in any case. However, this doesn't mean that there is any chance of them getting back together as a couple. Jasmine revealed that the last time she spoke to Gino was during the tell-all segment, and they weren't on talking terms as well. 90 Day Fiancé. Why Jasmine doesn't want to marry Matt. Jasmine and Matt have done everything that a couple does after walking down the aisle. They moved to a new house together, had a child, and are giving goals to the world. Hence, 90 Day Fiancé viewers were sure that Jasmine and Matt wouldn't hesitate to get married as soon as the former's divorce is finalized. But it seems that this is surely not the case. Jasmine recently took to Instagram and told her audience that they were going to witness something that would give them all the answers. She claimed that the upcoming tell-all segment would feature something that would make it clear why she would never even think of marrying Matt Brownie. Pineda noted that she doesn't really care about how good of a catch he was. But that's not all. Jasmine further wrote, after he did what he did, which again added to viewers' anticipation. But this doesn't mean that Jasmine was actually closing this window forever. She admitted there was a fair chance she would change her mind after 50 years. However, viewers aren't really satisfied with Jasmine's explanation, and they are actually questioning her now. This is because Jasmine is bringing her sons to America, and Matt is going to become their legal dad. She is further posting pictures with him as if she is madly in love with Brownie. Hence, her actions and words aren't telling the same tale. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. Keep coming back to the TV season and spoilers for more updates. For weeks, 90 Day Fiancé fans had watched Jasmine Pineda navigate her messy, dramatic, and intensely emotional relationship with Matt like someone trying to steer a rowboat through a hurricane. The chemistry was there. No one could deny that. The sparks flew every time they argued, hugged, or even sat in the same room. But behind the scenes, something inside Jasmine had been brewing, bubbling, threatening to spill over at any moment. And finally it did. The tension before the storm. The scene unfolded in the tiny kitchen of Matt's new apartment, where Jasmine-scented candles flickered beside an untouched plate of takeout sushi. Matt had insisted on a calm conversation. Jasmine, however, was already pacing before he even began speaking. "Jazz, we need to talk about where this is going," Matt said, running his hands through his hair in that familiar, frustrated way. Jasmine's eyes darted to him, flashing with irritation. "Oh, now you want to talk about the future?" she snapped. "When I've been practically begging you to talk for weeks?" Matt sighed, already exhausted. "I'm trying now. I just want us on the same page." And that was Jasmine's breaking point. Her voice finally breaks through. The words came rushing out of Jasmine like a waterfall she'd been damming up for too long. "You are not the man I could ever marry, Matt," she burst, tossing her hands in the air dramatically. Matt froze. Even the candles seemed to pause. "What?" he whispered. Jasmine's chest heaved. She wasn't yelling now. She was being real, raw, vulnerable, stripped down in a way she rarely allowed herself to be. "You want to know the truth?" she said, pulling out a chair and sinking into it. "Okay, listen. Reason number 1. Matt is emotionally missing." Jasmine didn't sugarcoat it. "I can't marry a man who hides his feelings like they're state secrets," she said. "You shut down. You avoid. You disappear emotionally every time something hard happens." She recalled the night she cried for hours while Matt stayed glued to his gaming chair, headphones on, pretending not to hear her sniffles. Or the way he always said, "We'll talk later." Even though later never came. She said, "I need fire. I need someone who looks at me and feels something." You feel nothing unless the Wi-Fi goes out. Matt winced, but the words hung in the air, undeniable. Reason number 2, he doesn't fight for their relationship. Jasmine wasn't just dramatic, she was someone who wanted to feel chosen, fought for, claimed. "With Gino," she said softly, "we had a disaster, but at least he tried. He loved me. He wanted me." Matt flinched at the mention of the ex, but Jasmine continued fearlessly. She said. "You never chase after me. You never pull me back when I walk away. You let everything fall apart and just say whatever happens, happens. That's not love. That's laziness." Tears pooled in her eyes, but she blinked them away quickly. "I need someone who would swim through a crocodile-infested river for me," she said. "You wouldn't even walk through a puddle." Reason number 3, he doesn't understand who she is. This was the deepest wound of all. "You don't understand me, Matt," she said, her voice cracking slightly. "You never have." Jasmine's intensity wasn't for everyone, but the man she married needed to embrace it, not be frightened of it. "I am emotional. I am dramatic. I am passionate," she said. "You treat those things like flaws instead of the reasons you were attracted to me in the first place." Matt looked down at his hands, guilt creeping up his expression. "I didn't mean to make you feel that way," he murmured. "But you did," she replied gently. "And I can't build a life with someone who doesn't celebrate who I really am." Matt's weak defense. After several long seconds, Matt finally spoke. "I love you, Jasmine," he said, but the words felt dull, flat, underwhelming, like a balloon without air. Jasmine sighed. "You love me passively," she said. "Not fiercely. Not bravely. Not the way I deserve." She stood up slowly and stepped toward the window. Outside, the city lights flickered like tiny reminders that the world was bigger than the 4 walls suffocating them. "I need someone who sees my chaos and says, 'I want all of it,'" she whispered. "You just want the calm version of me, and she doesn't exist." The heartbreaking realization. The silence hit them both hard. Matt finally stood. "So that's it." Jasmine turned to him, her eyes glistening, not with anger, not with theatrics, but with painful honesty. "I care about you," she said. "But you are not the man I'd ever marry. Because marrying you would mean shrinking myself. Silencing myself. Becoming someone I'm not." Her hands trembled slightly as she spoke the truth she had been terrified to admit. "And I promised myself a long time ago. I would never dim my light for a man again." Her final words. Matt swallowed hard. Jasmine moved toward the door and gently placed her hand on the knob. "I hope you find someone who fits you," she said. "Someone calm. Someone quiet. Someone who doesn't need fire." She turned back one last time. "But I'm not that woman. And you're not my forever." Then, with heartbreaking grace, she walked out. The aftermath. The camera lingered on Matt's stunned face as the door clicked shut. He looked lost, but maybe, for the first time, he understood Jasmine's heart. Not the dramatic version, not the TV version, but the real one. And Jasmine? She walked down the hallway with her chin high, shoulders back, steps steady. She had finally put herself first. Because sometimes the most powerful love story is the one where you choose yourself.